Hello, interwebs. Meteorologist Steve Fendero here. We're hanging in the Weather Center. We've got the big line of thunderstorms on the way. Don Slater's here as well. We're going to have updates for the rest of the afternoon. We want to give you just the heads up before the heads up. We did anticipate a line of strong thunderstorms to move into the region. We know it's very, very windy outside. We can feel that. We will have the potential for some damaging wind sometime this afternoon. We talked about it being after 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock right now. The line of thunderstorms as we speak is near I-95. So after 2, really right around that evening commute, it is going to be howling into the region here. My microphone is on. Let me know if y'all could hear me. I'm getting some comments that say no sound. Let me know if there is some volume coming out of this. All righty here. All right, let's get forward and moving forward with the forecast. So line of thunderstorms remains to our west near the I-95 corridor. There's a couple severe thunderstorm warnings associated with this line. And one thing that is tricky with this forecast and one thing that we've had to kind of take note of is that the line of thunderstorms is not going to be a perfectly drawn line. There's going to be sections and segments that are kind of broken up. And that will likely cause maybe a little bit of rotation or maybe some pockets that have stronger wind. So we're going to have the potential for maybe not just damaging wind, but maybe some winds rotating, maybe an isolated tornado or two. The first warning let's focus on is inching closer to Surrey and Sussex counties right now near the James River. That warning connects almost to about Williamsburg area right now. But this thunderstorm is kind of getting bottled up by a lot of the rainfall around it here. So I wouldn't be surprised if this turns into just a lot of heavy rain for the middle peninsula, northern parts of the peninsula, and parts of the northern neck here. Wouldn't be surprised if it just turns into some heavy rain with the threat of some wind. I mean, it's windy outside right now as we know it. Let's head towards the west near Emporia. This severe thunderstorm warning was newly issued just about 10-15 minutes ago, and it does include a zone of heavy rain farther southwest of Emporia. This is in a section that's detached from the thunderstorm to the north. So that could be an area that may has a little bit of some stronger wind with it as well. So we're watching that one closely. But notice how it's all getting gobbled up by a lot of rainfall that's spreading into Wakefield, Surrey, Sussex, Cortland, seeing a little bit of rainfall. Now down to the south, west of us near Rocky Mount, there's a nasty line of some thunderstorm. Look how this is kind of taking shape into a section of some thunderstorm. There's some lightning here. It's moving out of Raleigh. So there's a couple severe thunderstorm warnings just ahead of this, meaning that there's a chance of some winds gusting over 60 miles an hour. All of this going to stretch into our neck of the woods as we just get closer and closer to that afternoon commute here. Now, will all of us be dealing with damaging wind, or will all of us be dealing with the threat of an isolated tornado? No, but well, let's just stay weather aware, because all of us are going to be dealing with at least the rain coming into the region. All of us have now been dealing with wind in general. It's been a windy day. Across parts of the south side, we have this light misty rain developing. We have some steadier rain in Suffolk right now, Isle of Wight, a little bit of rainfall, some scattered light rain across northeastern North Carolina. I'm interested to see how the rainfall and the low-level cloud coverage ahead of the thunderstorm activity may help us out. A lot of times if we get rain before thunderstorms move in, it helps to kind of simmer and put a lid on everything, so to speak, put a lid on the pot. You kind of settle things down a little bit. So interesting to see if that happens. Also, there isn't that much rain in northeastern North Carolina, so I'm also interested to see if that causes maybe an issue or a reason why some of these thunderstorms are a little stronger for us across the Albemarle Sound eventually. Now, let's talk timing. When is all this stuff moving in? Let me show you Future Track here. It's been doing an okay job. I've had to kind of just adjust the timing a little bit to better reflect what's actually ongoing on radar. So this may be a half hour ahead of schedule, but does a pretty good job showing maybe by 3:30, 4 o'clock, the broken line of thunderstorms that's making its way into the region here. And pretty much for all of us, we're dealing with at least a moderate to heavy rainfall. Now, notice it's not that straight line like I talked about. It's kind of fragments. One up here, one there. And since it is broken like that, it has well, it gives the storms abilities to maybe operate individually, and then maybe they could have a little rotation with them, produce some significant wind as a result of that. Something we'll look out for. But look how quickly this is moving out. I mean, 5, 6 o'clock, it's already pushing offshore. So coming in quick, moving out quick, and we'll be done with it by the time we maybe try to wrap up and get some dinner done, or maybe head out for a late evening walk. 8, 9 o'clock, some of the stuff's moving out. We'll likely just have a few stubborn clouds around 10, 11 o'clock, clearing things out as we head into the evening here. So pretty much from now up until about 6, we're talking about the chance a few of those thunderstorms racing through the region. It's going to be windy regardless of any one of those thunderstorms coming into the region. So that's our main concern here. It's the wind. We've seen some issues of some power outages across parts of town, power lines getting kind of blown around a little bit. So could be some power outages here or there, something to keep in mind. Now, the heavy rain, of course, with any thunderstorm, yeah, but they're moving so fast that flooding is not going to be a big issue by any means. Maybe some ponding in some low-lying areas here or there, as that typically goes, but this is moving in so quick that we don't expect any big flooding out of this. The tornadic threat is still there, so we'll have to stay weather aware and just know that 1 or 2 of those warnings may pop up and may cause some additional issues here. What you see in yellow is a severe thunderstorm watch. Better likelihood of thunderstorms maybe producing some damaging wind. What is in red is essentially the same thing as what's in yellow, but bumped up a scale, meaning that not only will the thunderstorms be capable of producing some damaging wind, but they also could have a little bit of rotation. The tornado warning or a tornadic activity produces damaging wind anyway, so the vocabulary kind of stays the same. We do expect some potential damaging wind as this moves into the region. Is that going to be for everyone? No. But if you get caught in one of those thunderstorms, it means business, and it will be packing a punch. Now, later on tonight, as we talked about, this is moving out, so we're going to see this move out quickly. We've got a nice day coming up tomorrow. We'll call it a refreshing breeze because there will still be a little bit of a breeze left over this evening and for the day tomorrow. But we're going to kind of clear things out, and we'll have temperatures remaining in the 40s. Tomorrow looks to be a better day if you got some stuff to do. A little bit of a breeze in the morning. Breeze sticks around for the afternoon. It's going to be blowing offshore. So if you're looking at maybe catch a couple waves, you want to paddle out, there's a swell kind of building. Get out there early in the morning. Could have some fun surf in the morning as the wind flips offshore. Don't get out there now, though. Wind is really potent out of the south, southeast, and that's helping to fuel up some of the warmth today and maybe some of the thunderstorms we'll see later on. Tomorrow, we've got maybe a few passing clouds in the afternoon, temperatures in the low to mid 50s. Dry day sets up a nice weekend, too. We'll have temps near 60 Friday, and we'll be probably in the low 60s Saturday. A little bit of a seesaw as we head into the weekend for us. Sunday, maybe in the 40s to near 50 degrees, a couple showers around. All right, so just to kind of recap for us for the rest of the afternoon, downpours are really going to crash into the region, coming up quickly here. Keep in mind we have the chance of maybe an isolated tornado or 2, or just in general, you may have a chance to see some damaging wind gusts. So honestly, just make sure the stuff is secure in your backyard or front yard. You've got some stuff on the front porch, maybe some potted flowers are out there. Maybe you got excited and you put the succulents out. Maybe just bring them in or put them somewhere safe. Don, you don't have succulents?
No.
No? Don gave me a look that said, put the succulents out. I just bring them inside. So just kind of secure some loose stuff around town. It's going to remain pretty breezy this evening. There may be a couple trash bins blowing down the street. Trampolines as well. Don just shouted out from the back. If you got trampoline in the back, you flip it upside down, right? That's the tick to do.
Yeah,
flip it
upside down, then put some lawn furniture on top.
Flip it upside down, put something weighted on top of it if you've got any trampolines in the back. I know that may be tough if you got a trampoline with the nets. I remember when the nets came out and kind of ruined all the fun, because the fun part about trampolines growing up was that you can go flying all over the place. All right, I'm going to go back to show radar really quick to give an update to see if there's any new issued warnings, things kind of operating on schedule. The one thing and a couple things that kind of are, kind of haven't been operating on schedule. The fact that I think the rain is kind of expanding a little bit. It's not as potent as a line. You kind of see how this thunderstorm here is getting embedded and washed into a lot of rainfall here. I'm curious to know if this thunderstorm does the same thing. We have some of the rainfall spreading into Surrey and Sussex and Southampton. I'm curious to know if that does the same thing. It could very well, and that may help us out, because then we might just be dealing with some heavy rain and some strong wind headed into this evening here. Something Don and I also pointed out, I mentioned it, Jeremy and I were talking about it early this morning, and Don came in too as well, and he's like, hey, what's the surface wind doing? And right now, the bulk of the wind is out of the south, but there's been some reports within. We've seen it's more so southeast. See the lines coming in southeast, and that's coming off of the cold Atlantic. We haven't really warmed up that much, so we're also kind of questioning now, hey, does the breeze coming in off of the colder waters of the Chesapeake and the Atlantic maybe put a lid on things, maybe stabilize things a little bit. Curious to know if that plays out as a factor as well, and maybe we're just looking forward to some thunderstorms rolling into the region here with just a couple of warnings here or there. So we're kind of feeling a little optimistic as we head into this evening, but let's just please stay weather aware. We have the tornado watch up. We have the severe thunderstorm watch up. We've got some nasty thunderstorms coming in, simply put. Make sure you text your kiddos if they're coming home from work or school. Make sure you could pick them up safely from the bus stop, or if they've got a spot to wait inside. If you're commuting home from work 2 or 3 o'clock, be a little careful here. Get out as quick as you can to get home safely, because this stuff's coming in right after that 3 or 4 o'clock hour, right through the heart of Hampton Roads for that evening commute. All right, that looks good to me. We will have more updates for you guys as conditions warrant. If we get any more warnings here between now and our 4 o'clock newscast, we'll be sure to pop online and most importantly on air. So if you need any more additional information, if you get some alerts from your phone, just go to Wavy Channel 10, basically. Flip on the TV screen there. All right, we'll have more updates for you guys as conditions warrant. Stay safe out there. Stay weather aware. If you want some more information, just head over to wavy.com. We've got it all in our weather blog.